This is Alexander here, the head instructor of Tora and Tsume, Aiki Jiu-Jitsu. I'm here with two of my students. Say good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
This is Siobhan and Qumani. They're going to help us demonstrate some of the drills I was talking about on the video where I was explaining Aiki. So we're going to do 3 drills today. We do what I call Armless Wrestling, which is a footwork and positioning drill. We're going to do a little bit of grip fighting, hand fighting, kumikata, and we're also going to do a little bit of clinch wrestling, right? And the lesson in the clinch wrestling is where the head goes, the body will follow. So we're going to be alternating between crossface and double collar tie. All right, let's get into it. All right, so the first drill is we're going to do armless wrestling. Okay, the whole piece of concrete here is the surface, and the whole point is to force your opponent off of the concrete. And the way they're going to do that is they're going to be chest to chest and be pushing against one another or gaining position, right? So if X is here on me and he starts to press, right? Stronger force, I'll just drive into him, right? He's got to be smarter, right? So he pushes into me, right? I let him go, and then I drive, right? Or push into me, or I just let him go, right? What we're working on is footwork, positioning, and a little bit of leverage, right? The push-pull, but you're not actually able to pull, so you're drawing out with just footwork. Right, so, let's go ahead and start here. Hands behind your back, chest to chest. Get your footing right. Get a good stance. Good stance. Ready? Go. Try and keep your base wide, bend your knees. Come on, move your feet, move your feet. All right, time. All right, this next drill is a very basic drill. We're going to be trading collar ties, double collar ties, and cross faces. This is not an active drill. This is just working on flowing and getting position. This is one of our beginner drills, right? So the philosophy is where the head goes, the body goes, right? So if I pull his head forward, he's coming forward. If I push his head back, he's going back. And we're learning how to control that and get control of that, right? So get control of his head. He's going to pommel for control to regain control of his head and get control of mine, right? So let's go ahead and begin. We'll start off double collar tie, right? You're just going to cross face and then push me across the concrete. Go for it. Yeah, go. Right. So put your hands down. Look up. Cross face. Right? Push. Push, 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 push. Push, push, push. While you're double collar tie. Double collar tie. So snake through on the knee. Grip. 1, grip 2. Good. Pull down. 1. Right. All right. Cross face and drop. To here. So both hands down. Look up. Double cross face. 1 and 2. Now push my chin. Right. Drop. Drop. Get here. Get your double collar. So 1 first, then 2. Good. 1. Up. And 1. Drop. And 2. Good. Look up. There you go. Drive. Good. Push. Head up. Head up. Good. Double collar.
Time, Sensei?
Push. One more. So, hands down. Look up, look up, look up. Drive. On the chin, Drive. Lock your elbows.
Oh, stop.
Good?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so in this drill, we're going to be working on our grip fighting, our clinch wrestling, and this is the drill that builds the necessary sensitivity to lead into joint locking. So joint locking is a part of the techniques that we will be doing in this next drill, right? So
You guys are working.
all right, so you saw in that last drill, there was a lot of wrist ties, a lot of seat clamping, a lot of collar ties, overhooks, underhooks, all those things. And what that is meant to do is tell you, okay, I'm going to try and see if I can apply my joint lock here eventually, right? Once you learn all the joint locks, but we start there. I was going to end it at 3, but then I started to talk with my guys, and I forgot one of the drills. It's a really good drill, and we're going to call it take the back. And the whole purpose of the drill is to try and maintain both your weapons in play with your opponent, right? So I'm not taking a side facing because I don't want my opponent to get behind me, right? This is a drill I institute very early, and it's mainly for people that have never closed with somebody before, right? So instead of being in front of them and we're trying to grapple or hit or anything like that, per se, we give them the goal of just getting around behind somebody. Jesus, it seems like when I start talking, all the cars come, man. Right? So the whole purpose is to stay in front of your opponent and keep your opponent in front of you, and keep both weapons in the game, right? So let's get to it. All right, so start up over here. All right, so y'all go ahead and lock up, and just a demo, right? I get around behind here, right? I'm behind him, or I snap him down, right? This is also getting to his backside, right? So you want to keep your body as upright as possible. Don't get snapped down. Stay balanced, and keep your opponent in front of you. Okay? So go ahead and lock up. All right. Go. All right, time. Good work, gentlemen. Okay, so in that video, you saw 4 of the drills that we use to get students to build sensitivity, learn how to, clinch wrestle and do kumikata, and eventually we start to build their techniques off of that kind of clinch wrestling core. So we'll do judo throws from there, and then we'll go down, into grappling. We'll break contact, and then at those different ranges is when punching and kicking starts to be involved. But all of those, the punching and kicking as well as the grappling, are kind of supplemental to blending with your opponent, neutralizing their attack, applying a joint lock, taking them to the ground, what have you, right? So when I take opponent to the ground, I don't want to be grappling down on the ground with them for the duration, right? I'm not trying to submit them while they're on the deck. That's not the goal. Now, we will have those skills. Those skills will be instituted, but that's not the goal. The ultimate goal is those 6 keys that we were discussing, right? Move off the center line, get off the X, bridge with your opponent, strike your opponent, apply some sort of joint locking technique, apply throwing technique, and of course, in the engagement. So there, what you were seeing is how to keep your feet underneath you, right? So good balance, right? We're working on good balance. Of course, keeping our opponent in front of us, because we'd much rather have more weapons than less weapons. Getting our opponent to the side is not as ideal as them being right in front of us. So of course, we don't want our opponent to get behind our backs, but we do want to get behind our opponent's back. Of course, when our opponents are trying to lay their hands on us and grip us, we want to break those grips and get our grip set, okay? What we weren't instituting there, which we do add in when we, or which we do add in, excuse me, is striking techniques, kneeing along with the joint lock. So when you saw me and Qumani doing, grip changes and pummeling and different clinch techniques, in there you would have the opportunity to throw an elbow or throw a punch or, even gouge, applying joint locks, and of course we move into throws or, making space and getting away. Earlier on, you may have seen me do a few knife techniques. That is the drill that I was referring to when one of us or both of us we'd be armed with a knife or some other weapon, and in that flow, in that that struggle, you would go for your weapon. Now you'd be taking a hand out of the fight, right? Which allows your opponent 2-on-1, 2 hands to your 1 hand. But you'll see me at one point, I've got an arm wrapped up and I get both arms trapped, one arm in an overhook and another one just kind of trapped for a little while, and I take a hand away. That would have been a time to go and access a tool, right? And that's the drill we practice those things, right? So gun, knife, whatever we decide. It could be, it doesn't have to be a knife, it could just be a belt. I'm trying to draw this belt or a sash or something out of my belt, and I take my hand out of the fray, and it's up to my my training partner to feel that, recognize that, and then go in his mind, okay, what is he doing with that arm? I got to get control of that arm, right? And then of course the you saw me working the driving with the crossface, acquiring a collar tie, them defeating the collar tie, and driving me with the crossface, right? Very basic drill. If you didn't notice that Siobhan, he's still a day 1 kid. Good heart, good kid, coming along, but still very, very new to it. And then of course to take the back drill, they of course, like I said, Siobhan, I probably should have done that with myself, because me and Qumani would have gotten into it and gotten a little bit more aggressive, but it would have been too different from what we were already doing. Right, and I wanted to give Siobhan some more screen time and work some stuff. So those are the 4 drills that we begin with, and then we build off of those and institute many, many more drills. Right. So if you found any of this useful, or you liked it, found it entertaining, please hit that like and subscribe button. Go ahead and share this with somebody you think would enjoy it or you think might need it, and I will see you next time. I'll see you in the next video, and thank you for watching. Peace.